Hello?
Hello, are you ready for your interview?
Sure, let's do it.
Hi Grant, are you ready for your interview?
I am very ready for my interview.
Hi, I'm Tiffany McKay, also known as Tiffany Smead, self-published author and publisher at Awkward Paws Publishing, the children's division of Forge Machine Publications, coming to you from Connecticut, USA. And today we're bringing you a special collaboration interview with Grant Uchida out in Honolulu, Hawaii. Now we're here today to talk about your first book, Soon Kitty. What I'm the most curious about is how this character kind of came into being. Where did the concept come from? How did all this start?
Well, that's kind of a long story, but I'll try to simplify it as much as I can. I wanted to make like a t-shirt company, I guess, at one point in my life. And so I draw all these like really weird animals and things and people. And one of them was somebody told me to draw Mickey Mouse. And so I drew a Mickey Mouse. And just as a joke, I drew a cat lingering over it that said soon. Like he was gonna eat the mouse soon. As time went on, I started drawing more and more, and I completely forgot about that. And then I asked my friend Selena, what's your maybe top 3 drawings that you can see as like either a shirt or as like something? And she said, oh, it was this weird elephant one, and Soon Kitty. And I didn't know what she was talking about, so I went back and I looked through all of my drawings, and I found it, and I was like, this cat, this is the one that you want? And I was like, oh, okay. So I erased the mouse, and I colored in Soon Kitty. I just made his body like a block. I basically shared it on a live stream, and I asked people, like, would you buy this as a shirt? And 100% said yes. And so I was like, alright, this seems like something that could possibly be a potential character in maybe like a story, or maybe it could be like the representation of my, like the mascot of my t-shirt clothing line or whatever. And then I started to work on my children's books again. And so I ended up writing the line, this is Soon Kitty sitting on the ground, one eye up and the other eye down. And that kind of just snowballed into the story that we have today.
And so it just kind of evolved from there?
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, how long have you been writing, whether it's picture books or other manuscripts?
I've kind of been writing all my life. Like, I've always wanted to tell a story. When I was younger, I had trouble writing and reading, and so I would buy Spider-Man comics, because that was one of my favorite things to do, is just like look at the pictures in Spider-Man comics, and I would start to draw it in composition books. And I would draw what I thought, or I would basically copy Spider-Man, and then I would write what I thought he was saying. Then after I got comfortable with that, I started adding in my own characters, and then eventually I moved on from Spider-Man comics to just making myself as a comic, and like putting myself in like different adventures. And eventually that led to me getting into acting, which led to me trying to find my own way of being, like in the spotlight. And so I started doing musical comedy, where I would tell stories through music and lyrics and parody. I was going through a really tough time, I remember. And I felt like the only way for me to cope with that time was to actually write about it. And rather than just writing about it in a journal, I started writing it as a story. Within 3 weeks, I wrote like this little short novel, and the way that I was able to cope with that moment was I wrote the ending that I wanted to have, or that would be acceptable for me, and that's kind of how I moved on from that situation. But ever since then, I've kind of always been writing.
Now when you first sent over the script, I noticed that it was in a poetry, almost like a lyrical format, and I was kind of curious if all the time you spent writing music kind of influenced that.
That was around the time when I was doing a lot of music, but usually whenever I write a story, I just put the first thing that comes to mind on a piece of paper. Sometimes all I can come up with is just like one sentence, and it stays on that paper for like a week. As far as this story, it rhymes, I think, just because the cat influenced me to make it to the point where it would be a simple a simple rhymey type of children's book.
As writers, we don't just write books to write books. We usually have a reason behind every book that we write, and it's that reason that keeps us going when things get hard, when we get stuck, when it's been sitting on a shelf for 5 years or longer. So I'm curious, what is the message that you're hoping Soon Kitty sends?
I think a lot of people have good ideas, and a lot of people have the ability to do great things, but I think that they don't prioritize well, and me included. Like, I'm always working on like 5 different projects at once, and sometimes I forget what the most important thing is, you know, like in the priority list. I've realized that you could do 5 things or 10 things at once and move them up equally slow, or you could focus on one thing and get that done 10 times faster. Hopefully with Soon Kitty, a lot of kids will incorporate that. I mean, lists are extremely helpful. And I think even you can say that writing things down on a list just to see what you have on your plate is a lot better than just trying to speculate, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, what do I do first? You know what I mean?
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Tiffany McKay, and this is Grant Uchida, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon.
That's actually the end of my question.
Oh, okay, cool.
Those are the big, hard-hitting questions that I really wanted to go over with you.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to this book coming out.
I'm extremely excited.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think that's...
Actually, are there any questions that I didn't ask you that you want in there? I feel like you did a very thorough job on most of those. I had follow-up questions, some of which I crossed out because you went into it without me asking.
Okay. Well, what are some questions that you think off the top of your head other people would want to hear about?
I wrote down all the questions that I thought people would want to know. Like, I wanted people to know that you don't just suddenly write a manuscript,
right,
and then you're published all of a sudden and things like that. I want to convey the fact that it takes persistence.
Right, because this book is like what, 2 years in the making, 3 years?
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how many years.
I don't remember. Like, I think it was, maybe it's been over a year, definitely.
Yeah, because you were doing You Now.
Yeah,
a year ago.
I was live streaming, and that's where I got the idea, and I kind of let it simmer. And this year was when I really started pushing, getting the illustrations done, getting it actually like published. And it's a good thing that we ended up like meeting. Otherwise, I would have probably gone like self-publishing, and it probably would have gone nowhere. So, but we'll see. I mean,
it could have gone both ways.
Yeah.
But it is a lot easier to get discouraged when you're working alone.
Right. I feel like if I was truly dedicated to doing this, I could have spent this year working on it myself. And because I'm fully capable of like illustrating my books, and I'm fully capable of doing all that, but it's just that's not my style and that's not my expertise. And it does slow me down a lot because it's kind of like writing with your left hand. You're capable of it. You need to like really practice it before you're fluent with it. So instead of like writing with your left hand, just get a left-handed person. The main thing was just I needed to get something done. I needed a little breakthrough goal. And I think that this book will be that. It'll really set whether or not I want to continue putting in as much effort on YouTube or just do it as a fun little hobby, or if I want to actually try and maintain both, or if I want to go completely over to, shifting over to writing and making more books and seeing how that goes. But yeah, this will be the determining factor of that, I guess.
I think, to be honest, if I were to make a prediction, I think after you're holding the book in your hand,
yeah,
you're going to have a breakthrough moment, and a lot of things are going to change in your perspective.
Okay.
When you see people holding your book, when you sign your first book, I think you're going to have a very big mental change, like a shift happen where it's more gratifying than working full-time on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
And I don't think you're ever going to stop making videos. I think that's part of who you are, and you'll always do it, no matter what website it's posted on.
Yeah.
I think you'll always do that, but it won't be about making videos. It'll be about connecting to people. Just that. It won't be about, I have to release a video. It'll be probably, honestly, when you feel you need to say something or when something's happening that you want to share with people.
Okay.
Because, you know, what you're going to be working towards in terms of, like, financial goals will probably more come from, you know, books and merchandise and things like that.
Right.
And you're not going to have to care about numbers on YouTube.
Right.
Because I think looking at those numbers on YouTube, unless you wanted to suddenly completely change what you do on YouTube, and I don't think you do, because I think that would defeat the purpose of why you're on YouTube.
Right.
But unless you did that, I think the numbers and being concerned with YouTube are holding you back.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely see that.
I definitely predict that, especially since you already have like 500 books that you're working on, I predict that your decisions, like these kind of decisions, are going to be so much more clear after you're holding that book.
Okay.
And it's bugging me now that I didn't send you a proof, although it looks freaking ugly with that, not for resale, all of the cover. So it just wasn't worth sending you that one. But yeah, I think it's only going to get better. It's only going to be good.
Okay. Well, we'll see. When I get that copy in my hands, I'll record it so you can see my reaction.
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, please do that for us.
Yeah, I will. By the way, I hope you don't mind. I hit the record button again. I got that entire speech you gave.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a really good ending to this video.
All right. Good, because I don't think I could repeat that. I hope the audio is good enough.
I'll make it good enough.
No. And for anyone else out there watching, if there's something that you've always thought, I really wish I could do this, but cut that but off of the end of the sentence and instead just ask yourself, how could I make this happen? How could I actually do this? It doesn't have to be, how could I do this as a job? It doesn't have to be, how could I do this and make money? Just get down to, how could I actually turn this into reality? My reality. Because it's not about money. If there's something inside of you that has to come out, you need to do it. Because this is something that the world probably needs to see. And you holding back is potentially holding others back too. So don't be afraid to go for it, because this is important. It's not just important to you, it's important to other people. Other people that you're going to meet, other people who are in your life right now. When you go and make your dreams happen, you inspire others to do the same. And if you don't do it, then that's something that the people in your life are never going to see. They're never going to get that inspiration if you don't do it. So step out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid to try. It's that simple.
Very well said. Thank you.
I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry.
And I think on that note, we'll end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Grant Uchida. If you agree with this message, please share this with all your friends, anybody who you think has like amazing potential, and hopefully this can inspire them as well. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish, but that your own thoughts have been holding you back? And maybe we can all work together to creating something amazing. You got anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
All right.
I'll have more follow-up videos on my YouTube channel later. But
Nice.
that's it for now.
Yeah, go subscribe to Tiffy McKay. I'll leave She's in my recommended videos on my channel, and I'll leave her link down in the description below. But yeah, she's an amazing person. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever that may be. Take care. Bye.